Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest edition of Tales from Outer Space, where I take stories from across the internet and read them for your entertainment. This particular story is called, That Was a Weird Dream, written by Slow AD 2584. The human guest of honor snorted and grunted in the luxurious sleeping podshell, and drearily rose to a sitting position. That was a weird one. Water, please, someone. The agency females each raced to provide the water to the human. They were all female, beautiful, genetically perfected, and very snugly. They fawned over the human, straightening his hair, his bedding, grooming his fingernails, toenails, as he attained full wakefulness. Another strange dream, favored human. We do so love hearing of those. What can you remember? They looked sidelong at each other as they prepared to gather the intel and relay it immediately to high-sec ops through their cybernetic implants. I don't know. I guess it was a weird 1980s wall or something. All shiny and white plastic, colored plexiglass ribbons overhead. I don't really know why I was there, and there were these weird squid centaur-looking monsters, waving their tentacles and chest arms over various display kiosks scattered around. I couldn't really get what was going on with them, but they were all very focused on whatever they were doing.
Oh, how very weird. So cool.
Could you see what they were working on their tentacled horsey screen thingies? The agents glanced at each other, and with a slight nod started giggling playfully about the weird mix of words. This was huge. Direct intel of the enemy. I don't know. It's getting kind of foggy already. The dream turned ugly anyway. Straight up nightmare with like a video game aspects. Warm arms circled behind the human's back and shoulders comfortingly.
Be assured that you are perfectly safe here with us. Whatever those squid centaur things were, they could never get to you here.
They were feeling for the tension in the human's back and shoulders to relax away. They had quickly learned that the fearful nope instincts of the human mind quickly self-radicated unpleasant experiences. They needed to act fast to keep the intel flowing.
Oh, but video games, that's kind of neat. What kind of game were they playing?
It wasn't a game they were playing. It was a game I found myself having to play. That was the nightmare part of it. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know the rules of the game, but they all became aware of me, pointing and screeching through their chest-mouth holes, with armed cat-crab soldier things scrabbling towards me with nets and lightsaber staffs.
Oh my! So they all became aware of you and tried to engage and, oh my no, to capture you. What did you do then?
The agents gasped breathlessly as the group, and glanced again at each other. They were amazing at this game of information extraction. It was worth every single galactic credit to get them to this level. Well, for some reason, it became a game of the old Relic Steam archive game, Magica. Have you heard of it? The one where you make custom spells by mixing 4 elements together in various combos. He had completely lost the agents. They had no idea what he was talking about, but they nodded in wide-eyed encouragement. Well, anyway, I suddenly had to run, so I fireballed the crab cat things, then began water jet lightning bolt beam frying the electronics. The graphics were amazing. The way the mall blew up had some really cool disintegration physics going on. The agents paused. They looked uncertainly at each other as the human continued, but the crab cat soldiers were many, many more than I realized, and as they started scrabbling, crawling towards me across the rubble, even amid the meteor fireball sprays, had to phase through the floor, and now it was Netrunner dive grind through the network. The agents perked alert again. There we go, back on track.
Oh, interesting. Were you able to access their system, learn any juicy secrets?
They said with a slight grin tilt to their voice. Their net AI defense was good, very, very good. Some kind of boss level. It took me a while to figure out its protocols, But it was a neat puzzle to figure out, all while spoofing and got a racking of constant attacks. Then it was on. I could see what it was trying to hide, what it valued more than anything else, tried desperately to keep secret. But it was glaringly obvious to me, kind of crack game design. I could see the absence of it as a glaring black spot in the weave. So I ignored the rest of it and beelined it to the dark spot, sacrificing supposed assets to get closer to my end goal. A losing gambit, certainly, but I was confident I could still win and at least grab the prize. I got a name in the end, but that's...
The human paused, a bit confused, going over the foggy dream in memory. Yeah, is that when you woke up?
One of the agents said. Yeah. The AI boss was in a panic, realizing a bit too late that I wasn't trying to fight him. Just to steal the prize, and it, I suppose it flipped the table and self-destructed to try to prevent it, in some lost act of royalty, or something. So yeah, I woke up then. There was a heavy pause in the room as the human dragged himself to his feet, heading to the bathroom.
But the prize, you kind of said that you got the name, at least. Now, we're just dying of curiosity. You can't just leave us hanging like that.
Sort of. Not really a name, more like a chicken scratch. Hey, you got a tap?
The data tablet was rushed into his hands before he could finish. He really loved being a guest here. Best resort hotel ever. He used his fingers to write out a series of strange slashes, hyphens, circles, and hooks.
That's pretty much the name. I'm not completely certain anymore. You know how stupid dreams can be?
Indeed, the agent said, looking at the name on the tablet in stunned shock. The facility was completely black ops, completely off the record. Someone was going to hang for the dream aliens to even know about it. The agents wished the human a pleasant day and rushed out to the Spec Ops debrief. There was a lot to pore over. The Archon picked his roof tentacles amongst the smoking ruins of the central HQ facility, stunned at the amount of raw damage leveled upon the secure and deeply buried under miles of solid iron planetary core facility. No one was even supposed to know this place even existed, nor even could exist. Oh! It clicked imperiously to the chained and shackled former cavalier of security. What even was it? It demanded. The high-security cavalier winced under his eternal shame. We still don't know, sir. Some form of ethereal presence, a ghost, some polyphasic life form. We could barely even perceive it, just hovering there. The Archon stroked a scorched and fractured ceramite armor.
The fire? This material was never supposed to burn.
The fireballs came out of nowhere, Archon, and the flames were, well, I can only say magical to describe it. Some supremely advanced tech to seem to be so magic. It simply burned and consumed everything, even the energy shields woven throughout the space. They just burned like cobwebs or something. The Archon took a step forward and looked down in disgust at the puddle he stepped in.
And the paramagnetic dihydromonoxide, where could it have come from?
It shot out from the entity like a pressure hose, and the kilovolts of electricity threading through it. It fried anything, even remotely electronic, or susceptible to capillary, delusive, and ionizing attacks. The Archon clicked to itself, one of its chest tentacles tapping its chest mouth's orifice fangs, deeply in thought.
So a very specialized assassin/saboteur?
It seems so. Nothing we had or could do even slowed it down.
And the data weave, fully crystal catalyzed. I have never before known of an AI to enact a final solution until now.
Yes, Archon. Fully calcified, inert, dead stone. All of it. Its logs up till the end showed an alarming cyber attack. Very strange, very weird by its determination. It made little sense. So many confusing and perceived failures right up until it accessed the core vault.
The Archon reared stiffly. Do not tell me it got data before just... How did you say? Fading away?
We are 80% certain that the entity only gained the name of the war plans. Nothing more.
The Archon flinched at that revelation, acutely aware that the file name was the location of the attack site. He really did need to get better at his obfuscation. To change the subject, he returned to the devastation of the facility. So this entire central HQ bunker is a write-off. All because some vengeful ghost, some terrible archdemon of ancient myth, just appeared and wrecked the place. Does that about sum it up? Before the cavalier in chains could answer, a squire ran up and whisper-clicked into the Archon's leaning ear flank. Oh, ew, but how could they get over the... Oh, that's bad, yes. That is indeed far, far worse. As the Archon ordered the security cavalier to be unchained and pardoned of all misdoings, he rested 14 chest tentacles on the cavalier's back. It seems, Sir Cavalier, you'll have your work cut out for you. We have intel that the enemy has an actual human in their employ, and a human lucid/remote dreamer at that. You may soon wish that it was merely a ghost or a demon that we faced. End of story. There is a new legend on the horizon. Blueberry Cat has taken the T6 Patreon spot. Thank you very much, and I'm sure that I speak for everyone when I say that. I would just like to thank our T5 members, Lord Azrakel, Ambrose Cattell, Quantum Wednesday, Drexoon WRE, Blueberry Cat, Cam Maxwell, Casper Arnholtz, Bushmaster 177, and Leslie 517. Thank you very much.